Okay, so thank you very much, Mrs. for that question. When you carry out experiments in AI machine learning experimental for research, even in corporate world, because in machine learning, you are not generating a single equation to just give to somebody. So it's a huge bunch of things, and that's why you always have to write a report. Even if the report is not meant for publication, you have to write it, because that's the only way people can know what you have done. So when you look at the how to write, there's a video we call how to write research paper using with machine learning based research paper. One of the very important aspects of it was the aspect called the empirical studies, where you have under which you have experimental description. That experimental description is compulsory. In fact, majority of papers, publications are being rejected because of lack of proper experimental description. In that section, you have to document all what you have done, especially those things that if you don't say it, there's no way anybody will know about it. If it is missing, that makes the report to be invalid, the experiment to be invalid. So when you are dividing your data, it has to be made very clear. We have divided this data into two. Firstly, we divide into 80% training, 20% testing. This testing is kept separate. Now later, we now divided the 80% again into two for training and validation to be able to build and do hyperparameter optimization. You see, once you have done with, when you are done with that, finally you are going to use that 80% now to train a final model. That 80% will be used to train the final model, and you now bring in the testing set that has been outside. You bring it into test. All those procedures you take must be included. They must be included under the experimental description or under the empirical studies description. However, we have to take note. I've seen people, because they want to provide as much detail as possible, they started telling us how they install Python, how they set up the Weka environment. We don't need this. Anything that someone can ask Google or search online and get result for, don't include in the experimental setup. Those things that if you don't tell them, there's no way anyone will know what you have done. It becomes compulsory for you to tell us those things. This is how you know what to include and what not to include in your experimental description. So any information that if you keep to yourself, no one will know it, then it's compulsory that you have to provide that information, including those procedures you have taken from your data set. This data set passed through this, it passed through this, because if you hide anything, one of the characteristics of a good research report or outcome is it must be reproducible. We must be able to reproduce your result. We must be able to reproduce your result so that as a reviewer, if I'm reviewing your work, let's say a journal sent me your paper, I'm reviewing it, the first thing I look at is, can somebody reproduce this paper? If I, for example, from people, I've seen paper that they did not even tell us what percentage was used for the training and testing. They just say we use machine learning in so. If you don't tell us the percentage training and testing, it means I might decide to use 80%, you are using 70%. We are doing different things. So that kind of paper will be rejected. Once we see paper published like that, without those basic information, we know these are just junk journals that just collect money from people and doesn't do anything to actually, and doesn't do much to make sure that they do the right thing. So all those information, this is how I used to tell people, just ask yourself, is there anything I've done that if I don't tell people, there's no way they will know? Those things we have to mention in our experimental setup. And to make it even fine and excellent, we come up with a framework, which is a diagrammatical, schematic diagrammatical showing all the flow of control, how you started from the data. You did missing value treatment. Which type of missing value treatment? You have to mention it. We move to this, we did feature selection. You have a flow that will document or a flow chart. that document all the stages, all the activities you have carried out in your research that led to the result you are displaying. This is when the researcher will say, oh, thank you. I only need to get your data. If the data is online free, I can download it, put it in my environment, in whatever environment I have. All those hyperparameter optimization values you detected finally, you have to put it also in your paper, in your report. For k-nearest neighbor, k is equal to 11 was the best we got. For support vector machine, polynomial kernel was what we got. All those information, I will just take it, put it in Weka environment or in Python environment, and I'll run the experiment, and I'm going to get the same result you are getting, or something different, a little bit plus or minus error, because of maybe different type of functions used for each of those stuffs. So what we are saying in essence is your report must be detailed to such an extent that someone should be able to sit down and reproduce your work without any problem. That is when we consider the work to be okay.
Valid.
That is clear?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
We have one more because of our time. Okay. Mr. Mohideen Adebowale Olohunlana. You have the floor.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa barakatuh. How are you?
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Prof.
You're welcome.
My question is about one of the questions was raised on the group on how to write a research paper with an AI tool. Secondly, I will the group that has livestock. You mentioned that there's a group that is making research on livestock production.
Animal production.
So because presently animal production.
Yeah.
So because presently I have two activities running simultaneously. I am an academic staff in a university, just an entry level lecturer too. Why secondly I run a livestock ranching business. So I would love to join the group, and because a lot of data and data set on our business, just to put them in the AI environment and continue to build a model that would revolutionize the market and how we process livestock in Africa. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. That's a very good one. We are welcome to the forum. I want to try to join the WhatsApp group. Once you join the WhatsApp group, the other group I think are being included in the family of groups of Asome AI. So you will be able to join yourself to that particular research group. So there are several other research groups I want to believe. So once you join the main ML with Prof. Adam research group, then from there you can make requests to be added to a particular group, and the leader of the group will definitely respond to you. So, and being a member of that particular group, I want to believe some of those other groups have been added to the family group system so that you can easily join yours by yourself. Otherwise, just chat in that forum. The group leader will help you to make sure you get into the group. And you are welcome with the data set availability. I believe there are a lot of opportunity to explore together as in those groups. Thank you very much. Yeah, there's also a suggestion for collaboration where Mr. Musa Waliu, you're always welcome. You can, I believe you can request to join any of the group. We are already working on one research or the other. So I want to believe together we have a lot of opportunity and a lot of things to gain by being active member of some of those groups. So any group that is not there, who has tried to ask the coordinators to try to bring on board as many groups as possible. There are so many other groups that maybe they are not yet listed there, so that once you are in the main group, you should be able to join any other research group that interests you. So we wish you all the best. So I believe those are some of the comments. Yeah, the link to join the WhatsApp groups already provided there. And for the person who asked question on the how to write research paper, machine learning based research paper, yeah. So I believe there are videos on that on our YouTube channel, and somebody can volunteer to also post it for us. There are like 4 videos, if I'm not mistaken, on that. So we can please kindly volunteer to post it on the WhatsApp group or here in the Zoom, so that the person asking also can take benefit of such system. So once again, thank you very much. I believe those are the questions we have for the day. So thank you very much. So definitely next week is going to be the Lukman Durujaye. I can see your hands. Is it before or you have the floor? Lukman Durujaye.
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum, Prof.
Alaikum salam.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Yes, sir. Fine, thank you, sir. I was the one that sent a request about the video on how to use AI to write research.
Okay.
So, but I think you have addressed it now that I should go to the YouTube channel to search for it.
Yeah.
I will do that.
Yeah.
Secondly, sir, there's this question that is raised on the chat about how to do assemble or something like that. I don't know if that has been addressed.
I missed that. Okay, let me see. Okay, my question is on stacking ensemble. What is the process of combining the base learners for the meta learners? Does the combination of base learners have a name? Okay. We call it weak learner combination. You see, in ensemble, I believe stacking has been taken care of also. We have videos in our YouTube channel that have done that. I'll just summarize because ensemble is a big concept. So we have different type of ensemble, which is what we call cocktail, when you want to take a decision based on opinions of multiple algorithms. And this has proven to be the best you can always get. So sometimes you have individual with 70%, 60%, 40%. When you combine them together, you'll be surprised that they're getting 100%. And that is the power of unity, the power of group. It always performs better than any individual. So we have the bagging option, where we call it majority voting. We don't care about your expertise. We have the boosting option, so whereby we boost the one we trust. A professor of 25 years of experience is taking a decision not to go for its operation. His vote is given 3 points. A young doctor who is just doing housemanship say we need to go for surgery. We give him 1 vote. So we now count the number of doctors' votes, so that we want to be sure that we benefit from the experience of that senior professor. That is boosting. However, no matter how senior you are, you may make mistake. It means we are also multiplying his mistake by 3. This is one of the challenges of bagging and boosting. So stacking came up as a means of actually solving this problem. So rather than forcing someone to take yes or no, we will take the output from each of the weak models. The study model, we call them weak, because no matter how strong you are, you can't be stronger than the combination of all. You see? So we call them weak models. So you train as many as possible. For example, I have naive Bayes, k-nearest neighbor. However, the output is not going to be yes or no. Let's say I'm solving a classification problem. Whereby I want to predict if somebody is diabetes or not. See, classically, what we use is we usually look at yes or no. Yes or no. But when you want to use stacking, we are not going to take yes or no, because yes or no, you can't use that to do stacking. Because stacking means the base learners, you have 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. We're going to take the output and use it to train another learner here. This is what we call the meta model. All the other ones, we call them weak learners. See, the weak learners. We want to combine them. How do we combine them is what differ. The same model you train. The stacking is now saying, we are not going to take yes or no, but to take yes or no, it is based on the it's kind of a probability score. Let's say the probability of yes is 0.8. Probability of no is 0.2. That is why a model we say is 0.8 is 0.2. So we go for 0.8, which is yes. In stacking, we are not taking that yes, no. We are going to bring in 0.8 from this model. This model now we bring it is 0.8 and 0.2. We put the 2 there as numbers. We bring from this also another 0.7, 0.3. From this one also is 0.6, 0.4. For this one, another model here, we are bringing in 0.5, 0.5. Because it's even confused. This model is confused. Yes or no, they all have the same rating. It doesn't know which one to take. But the classical yes or no, we have to force it to take one. So what we do, we bring all this in. These are now becoming like X1, X2, X3, X4, new variables now. This output will be used like new variables now. And now we now feed these new variables. It's like new data. We feed it now to the meta classifier. We now use it to train and test another algorithm. Do we now tell us the final yes or no to be taken? This is how stacking takes place. So instead of yes or no, and we count how many yes, how many no, majority takes the majority voting or boosted voting. We are not doing any of that. We are going to use the output. We try to go back and take the number, values, not yes or no, but there's a determinant of yes or no. We take those values, 0.3, 0.2, for all the models, so that we are going to have another set of features now, which we are now going to use to train the next model to decide the final yes or no for the diabetes problem we're solving. This is how stacking is done. I hope that answered that question. We can also refer back. I believe we already have videos on stacking in the YouTube channel. So again, thank you very much all. So we wish you all the best. And our message is always, please help us disseminate so that as much as possible people can benefit from this kind of gathering. This is our own little way of giving back to the community. So thank you very much as you do that. We feel a lot of people, when they come to know, oh, Prof, I'm not aware. It's been almost 6 years now we've been doing this. Every Saturdays, we always have this 1 hour chat together where we ask questions. So I wish you all the best. For the new ones, you're all welcome. Don't feel you have missed a lot. There's the opportunity to work. So, and then especially the training that is coming is an opportunity for you also. For those who are there before, to again do revision for yourself. And also for the new one, there's opportunity for you to start afresh, because we're going to start from beginning to the end to where we stop as much as we can cover. And I also like to mention that though a fee has been assigned to it, the fee is just to encourage dedication. There's scholarship option there. Whosoever faces is not able to make the payment. We notice if people don't pay, they don't come. And we have to make preparation through Zoom. If the number of registration are more than what we have in Zoom, we have to buy more. So imagine buying that. We had that experience first time, by 800 subscription, only 250 after we paid for extra Zoom. So that's why we have to come up with this. But I still insisted our coordinator must provide us with opportunity, not to prevent people who don't have money to learn. This is my policy. So that was why they include the scholarship there. You need scholarship to be able to attend it. Please don't miss the opportunity. Don't say because of money I will not attend. No, it's not about the money, but your commitment is what we want to take. Thank you very much as you spread the message, and I wish you all the best. Thank you, and bye for now.